Alright, hi everybody. Next video. So, not too great with the goldies for some reason. So you got the 1 hen, 2 hen, 3 hen, and then you've got the cockbird there. The cockbird just never came into full condition. He's been with all 3 hens. They've not seemed absolutely at all interested in him. They're in condition, but you can see by his beak it's gone black. So he didn't come into condition. So that's this year done for the goldies, I believe. I did get offered a couple of native goldies to put with them, but I wanted to keep them all with the parvas. So yeah, that's not good. Another couple of bad points. I lost 2 yellow mosaic hens. They was the ones that was with the red-eyed cock. So I've sorted all of the birds out. So all of the red-eyed birds, cocks and hens, all in the top flight. There's more down there. So they're all the red-eyed hens and the red-eyed carrier cocks. They're all in there. And then down here you've got the normal black-eyed birds, really heavily molting now. So you've got some in that cage, and then you've got some down in that cage. Bottom cage is empty. And then you've got 2 in the nest there. 1 there. It's going to be a Mark's bird. You can see the black spot on its head. They're doing well. And then down here you've got 2 more in the nest. So that's the yellow mosaics. Apart from, you've got the red-eyed cock with a hen. She didn't have a second or third round, so he's gone with her. She's on 5 eggs. 1 was infertile, the other 4 are fertile. Meant to hatch in 2 or 3 days. And then down in the bottom one, you've got the red Isabel mosaic hen with the cock. She's on 4 eggs, 3 look fertile. So that's those. You got the jasp cock, the red satinette mosaic cock separated, red agate topaz cock separated, another satinette cock, and the other jasp. Other jasp cock, and then you've got the jasp hen. She was making, I had no real choice with her. She was making a nest every which way possible. The first round she didn't do anything, even though she was sitting on eggs. I did put some eggs underneath her. Second round she done really well, and third round she just wouldn't take no. I wasn't going to let her go down for a third round, but she made it very clear that she wanted to. But only 1 was fertile. It's going to be a, see it in there. So as I say, 1 that for her this year, that is, I think I work it out at about 5 of her own chicks, and she raised another 1. So she's raised 6 for me this year. So that's really good, considering it's her first year. And then over in this cage, you've got the red agate topaz mosaic with 2 chicks. That's the cock. He's feeding those. Same with the topaz. The hen did everything. She was starting to pluck the chicks. She did everything to go down to nest. So I see the cock tread her a few times over a course of 3 days. So I knew they was going to be fertile. So I'll just let her go down again. So I don't usually let them, but she's gone down again. With the other pair, that hen's just sitting. She's not even laid anything in there. But you can see by the chick down there, the wife put the wrong egg food in, so some of them started getting some colour food. So you can see it with that one there. And then up here, you've got a Saturnet hen back down again. See it with that chick, you can see the colour starting to come through. That was again colour fed for one day incorrectly in the nest. So that hen, she was on, I think she was on 4 of her own chicks that hatched. But over the course of the 3-4 days after hatching, they just started to die, but that one survived. That's a nice chick. So I put a yellow mosaic red-eyed hen underneath her as well. So that's those. Down here you've got some more yellow mosaics. That one started getting plucked by one of those two, so I've put a divide in. They're going in the spare cages down on the floor. So they're doing really well. And then in the flight we've got a couple of hens that have started to molt already, and all of the young. That's the red Faya mosaic in the middle. One to the left is the red jasp, and then you got a red Saturnet to the right. A couple more down there, and then you've got, don't know how well you can see, got some more there. You got a jasp hen there, plus the red agate mosaic topaz. Camera's not focusing, but yeah. So that's all of the birds in the flight. There's more to come and there's more hiding, but you can't really see. So that's those. So I've got some questions on the Facebook page asking what egg food I was using this year. So this is what I've been using. I've been using 2 different types. So for getting the birds into condition and all the time while they're breeding, egg laying, breeding, rearing the chicks, up until pretty much the chicks are eaten by themselves, all of the birds have been getting this. So it's by Raguel de Sol. It's called TH White Extra. As I say, most of my birds are all mosaics, or you've got their jasps, but most of them are some sort of form of mosaics. So I'm trying to keep them as white as possible, or any of the white bits as white as possible. So it got recommended to me to use this. So that's what they've been on. This is what it looks like. So it's a quite dry egg food, but once it's mixed up with everything, it turns into a decent mix. So that's the first part, is the TH White Extra. So the second one, this gets fed once the chicks are fully eaten by themselves, and this is again the Raguel de Sol, and this one's the HB Pabla Blanca, again mainly for the mosaics. This turns out, this actually is a nice soft sort of moister egg food. They absolutely love this one. So this is what all of the red birds are getting colour fed with. So I've been putting 1 kilo of that to 10 grams of colour food, chlorophyll red. That just goes in. So this gets fed, like I say, to all of the birds once they are eaten by themselves. So this is the soft food that I use. It's by LOR Unifeed. It's called Vita. I brought a 10 kilo bag. I've probably gone through 2 of these over the season. and you can see that's what it is, what it looks like. Looks like a couscous based mix, and all I do is just add 1 cup to 1 cup of water and then just feed it to the birds. I'll show you how I mix it. So I've got a half a cup measuring, so I basically fill it so it's overflowing. That just goes in a little takeaway Tupperware box. I'll get a tiny bit more, and then to that I'll just add again 1/2 a cup of water. Put that in, just stir it, just mix it all in well. So at the beginning I didn't realise that this could be left in the fridge overnight, so it can be made up the night before. But if you want to just use it, it takes a good half an hour, 45 minutes to fully soak in. And then what you do when it's all soaked and all dry, you just, it goes sort of like a lump, and it all sticks together. So you just literally just have to break it up. And then once it's all broken up, you can just mix it so it goes back into the grainy consistency, so it swells as well. And then you add whatever you add to it. Some people don't add anything to it, some people do. You don't need to, it's got everything in there. So you can just feed it dry like that. It's still quite moist, it's not dry. But you can add egg food to it. I was adding a bit of egg food just to make it go last a bit longer. And then towards the end, probably the second round, I just started adding some egg whites and some spinach, all blended up. I'll show you a bit later on what I do. But basically that's it. This has totally changed my season. This is the first year that I've used it, and I can honestly say I'll be using it for the years to come. It's an absolutely fantastic product that I believe has changed my season. I've had the best season I've ever had. Yes, the birds, it was in condition, but this was given to them probably 2-3 weeks before I paired them together, so they was used to it. And that was once a week, and then just before I put them together they had it twice a week, and then when they was together they had it twice a week until the eggs started being laid, and then yeah, they absolutely love it. So I just put the lid back on, that'll go in the fridge until it's ready to feed to the birds, and then I'll show you a bit later how I'll put it all together. So I'll stop this video and I'll put the other video straight on back on the end of it. So I last left you with the soft food that I'm using, which is the Vita. That's all I've done, is I've just added some scrambled egg whites with some spinach and a tiny bit of cauliflower. So that's basically the mix. As I said, some people just leave it with the Vita. I've been putting little bits of extra bits in just to help with the malt, I think anyway. And then I just add some of the egg food, which is the TH extra white, because there are some hens with chicks. That's pretty much all I do. And then just mix it up. That will feed all of the birds that are either sitting or with chicks, or ones that have literally only just left the nest, or maybe just picking up a bit of food. All of the others would get exactly the same mix as that, without that egg food, they'd get it with the other egg food. And the ones that are being colour fed will literally probably only get this once in a blue moon. Otherwise they're just on egg food. This is just like a little treat. I've done a bit more today, so they'll probably just get this as a bit of a treat. But the ones that are colouring up don't get this at all. They only just get it with the egg food. But as I say, they get a treat probably once every week, 10 days. Just depends if I've done a bit too much. But as I say, that's what I've been feeding. I've had really good successes this year. I can only put it down to the egg food and the Vita, the soft food, and it's made my life a lot easier. I haven't had to sit upstairs and do lots of blending of scrambled egg. I was buying probably hundreds of eggs every couple of weeks. This has cut it right down. The Vita is amazing. I really can't recommend that enough to you guys. The chicks look better, stronger. They seem to leave the nest a lot quicker with it. So yeah, that's the season so far. I will do one more video. There will be one more video coming out, and that'll be literally the last lots of the chicks leaving the nest. And I will be doing some more updates on the chicks on the Facebook page. Just one last point. Loads of videos that have been out. I've been getting loads of comments on the videos about the cages. So that block, I just wanted to clear it up just because there's been quite a few messages as well. So that block is the Italian Dominus Molinari cages from Essex Bird Centre. The ones at the top, which are the 2 GR 60 centimetre cages. So you've got a run of them up there, and then you've got the 3 down there. They are, I believe, from Rob Harvey, but I don't believe he stocks them no more. And then the 120 gauges, I think, are from Super Pets. So they'll probably be going next year, that block. That'll probably be going next year. The 120 Dominus Molinari, that's going as well. I will just be left with the 2GR. The plan is I'm going to get the new 2GR cages, which are the same size as these. They're the 120s, so the plan is as you can see now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the top one is going to go there. So I'm going to have a whole stack of 5 down there, another 5, another 5 here, another 5 there, probably give another 5 there. That will leave a little gap there, probably 60-70 centimeters wide, and I'll have another 5 from the bottom of the floor going up. So that'll give me a total of 20 cages with that area there spare to do something with. Whether that goes as another flight, I can try and build a flight. Not too sure what I'll do there. Tell me what you guys think. But that's it for the update, guys. Hope everyone's had a really good season. Keep up with the messages, and hope you're all keeping safe. Take care. Bye bye.